There we go. There we go. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Perfect. All right.
Let's see how the network lasts for the both of us.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be okay.
Yeah. Exactly. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. So I think we missed our CTF or something like that.
Um, you know what? I think you're right. I think we did miss last month, and you know what? I can't remember where we left off with the last messages, but that's no excuse. I should be communicating with you more frequently.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
All right.
Let's go into it.
All
So
right. Well,
I sent you the email. I mean, a lot of concerns that I have with Layla's behavior and what's going on with her development. I like to set a meeting with her counselor, her therapist, because this stuff it just needs to be addressed. And there's the damn internet issue. Man.
and I try to follow him as I'm trying to, I'm trying to get a conversation going with Layla, or just trying to get that relationship going with her, and you probably feel like you're just being blocked almost every angle that you're trying.
Yeah, you were breaking up. I'm sorry, I didn't catch anything you just said.
Okay, how's this working?
Yeah.
No, after going through all those like screenshots of all the messages between you and Layla, and I guess this is just my carry through after reading through all those. You're trying almost everything you can to get a conversation going with her, and you're just getting blocked at every attempt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Which is something new. Layla's never acted like that before. I'm used to Layla sneaking her phone over to her mother's house to call me in the middle of the night just to check on me, to follow up with me to see what I'm doing, to let me know about her day at school before I even have an opportunity to reach out to her. I'm used to Layla finding a way to send me messages to let me know what's going on. I mean, for example, the last time I really had a conversation with her, her mom, the police came and took her from me while she was with me. She went to her mom's, and then that weekend, her mom placed her in a psych ward. She placed her in an overnight psychiatric facility. I forget the name of it. It escapes me right now. But anyways, she took her there on Sunday, and I didn't know anything about it. Monday, I go to work, and Tasha picks Layla up from the facility, and then drops Layla off at her place, and Layla immediately calls me, okay, and tells me about the ordeal and tell me about her experience, and she lets me know what they did, and she wanted me to know. I didn't know anything about it. So Layla was the first contact that I had. And then I get an email from Tasha briefly brushing over what happened, but without giving any details. But Layla, she called and she was scared, and she told me, this is what happened, this is what's going on. That just made me mad. It made me a little upset that this is the way that it is. And then now each time I even say hi, I get those type of responses. I don't need a father anymore. I'm getting older. Leave me alone. Stop talking to me. And I can't help to believe that it's coming from a mom, but I do know that mom is not trying to bridge the gap in any type of way of unification, and that's where the problem is lying.
Okay, so with your communication with their mom, are you guys even able to have any type of conversation?
No, it's zero. I don't talk to mom. Mom has a restraining order on me and my son, and she can communicate with me. But she just refuses to. she'll email me once every 2 months to tell me what she has already done, and then I have to just deal with that because I have no way of responding. I have no way of communicating with her.
All right. Yeah, in that respect, it doesn't make anything any easier. So, I do understand where your concern is at with it, and especially when we're going over Layla's meetings, I know I have to ask about like the strengths, concerns, and all that. For yourself, you probably really can't say a whole lot.
I can't now that so much time has gone by and so much different changes in behavior are going. I don't even have access to her school. My ex-wife didn't tell them that I still have my rights, so they refuse to talk to me. And I have to jump through all these hoops just to, find out what's going on with the kids.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I mean, she did the same thing with you guys by failing to tell you that I had my rights. And so that's why you guys got subpoenaed. But it's with everybody, Open Heart, Devereaux, New Leaf. What is that overnight facility place? I keep forgetting the name. But anyway.
There's a few out there. There's St. Luke's, there's Oasis, Mine 24/7.
There you go. Mine 24/7. So yeah, she didn't tell Mine 24/7. So, of course they're hanging up on me every time I call until they get a letter from, my lawyer saying, hey, don't do that. So it's just a problem. It's just a problem.
Hey, if you don't mind me asking, when was the last time you guys had court?
I don't mind you asking me any question. We had court in, I believe, February.
In February?
Mm-hmm.
What are the current orders that are in place, especially when it comes to you and being able to participate in services? And there is a reason I'm asking about that.
So it depends on the child that you're talking about, okay? So if we're talking about Layla, everything is fine, okay? I have my rights. My rights with Layla has never been suspended or anything. Right now, you're frozen. Shit. Oh, there you go. All right. So my rights. Say that again.
Hey, you just want to make this a phone call so we don't have any of those issues?
Yeah.
All right. I'll hang up and I'll give you a phone call.
I'll call you real quick.
Sounds good.
All right. This is ridiculous. I hate technology.
Is this George?
That's me.
Okay. Hopefully this will be better.
Hopefully. Let's try it out. So far, so good. Yeah. So what was the question? So with Layla, my rights have never been suspended or anything. So I still have everything with Layla. Not a big deal. The only thing with Layla is that Tasha has parental control. What that means is that Tasha can determine when Layla comes to see me. That's it. So Tasha can determine if she comes to see me one day a week, all week, whatever. And of course, since mom is so courteous, she determines that I don't see her at all. So that's how that works. Now, with Ridwan, my parental rights are still there. I see him, like I said, I see him on Saturdays. So the restraining order is still there, but that's kind of funny because I still have visitation with him. It's just that it's supervised visitation. And then, but as far as all of my rights are still there. So Tasha, she can't make a decision for Ridwan or Layla without my approval She just does. You know what I mean? She has final say right now. But it's just that she doesn't say anything. She just does shit. You know what I mean? And then I just find out later that something's been done. So that's definitely abuse, but that's something with the courts that I have to bring up.
Okay. Okay, so let me just get this straightforward. One, there is a protective order in place, but you're still allowed to have your phone calls and your supervised visits with them. Did I hear that right?
That is correct, with my son.
Okay. And for Layla, you got pretty much all your parental rights with her, but Mom still did she have some? Correct me if I misheard something, but she does have some say with when she can and cannot see you or have like any type of phone calls with you.
Yeah. So yeah, mom has physical custody, meaning that like she could just determine if she goes to me or not.
Okay, I got it. Okay, the reason I was bringing that up is I know when the last time we met, we did talk about some type of family counseling.
Yes.
And, I guess hearing this from the other party is that that I'm getting the indication that there's a court order against something like that, and hence the reason for me asking you.
No, there's no, again, not for Ridwan. I mean, I would have to reach out to my attorney to find out specifically if it's for Ridwan, but for Layla, it's not.
Okay, so for Layla, when it comes to services, she's allowed to participate in any service with you to the best of your recollection.
Yes, that is correct. I still have all of my rights for Layla 100% established. It's that Tasha has final say, and she has parental rights, meaning that if she doesn't want her to come over, she doesn't come over. But as far as changing her schools or changing doctors or even you guys, I have to sign off on it.
Okay. Hey, I was actually looking through their chart for any type of court orders. The last one I think I saw in there was back in, I can't remember if it was in December or January, but it was from a while ago. Out of curiosity, do you have anything recent?
No, I mean the last thing that I have is is in February, our last court hearing.
Oh, gotcha. All right. All right. Well, it wasn't very long ago. I was hearing from your ex-wife that there wasn't a specific order about that type of service, so hence the reason for me asking you. Okay, now since we actually did talk about doing the family therapy, and we do have a family therapist that does work with our agency. Okay. However, I think we might have a little bit better luck if we want to try and refer out somewhere. So I was doing a little bit of research. There are some other agencies that I do know that have had some pretty good luck with some of their therapists. One of them is called Child Crisis Arizona, and the other is called Touchstone Behavioral Health. Touchstone Behavioral Health, they've probably got I think they got about 3 locations there. They're kind of all over the valley, but I have had some good luck with them with some of their therapists over there. So at least I want to throw that out there. I mean, we don't have to make a decision with which one we want to try. But that's what I have done since we have chatted last. So I have been doing, but I just want to make sure I got that. I just want to get that piece figured out on what the services look like and what you're able to do when it comes to what the courts says when it comes to that kind of thing. Anyway.
Well, whichever one you feel is best is the one that I'm going to go with. I don't care. I just want this matter addressed and looked into.
All right. Okay. Okay, so especially when it comes to goals for family therapy, I think I just need to have maybe a couple written down. So, and this is just me just kind of putting a few things down that you probably want to work on. You probably want to work on, communication with your daughter and rebuilding the relationship. If I'm going to kind of summarize it, in just a couple seconds. Okay, I know we went over a lot of concerns, but not too sure if you have any positives that you want to talk about for Leia right now. But I'd like to at least write down a few strengths.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean,
Okay.
as far as I can tell you, her strengths, um, her brother indicates that she's still, she's mean at times. Um, she gets on his nerves, but I mean that could be a variety of things. I'm not really 100% sure. My conversations are very highly monitored when I'm talking to my son on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mom is next to him and coaches him on what not to say and what to answer. So it's very difficult for me to get a straight answer. And then on Saturdays, it's all about him. I just want to be with him.
Oh, very nice. How long are your visits for?
Well, it depends on how much money I have.
Oh,
Yeah, I could pay $300 and get 5 hours, $350 and pay 5 hours and get 5 hours. You know, so it just depends.
Okay.
But I try to see him every week, at least for an hour.
All right, got it. When I get over to his chart, I'll make sure to jot that down. Okay. All right, so I'm just bringing up Layla's service plan. I mean, I think we've gone through this at least a few times since we've been doing these meetings. So the goals that I've written down for her is we want to see her display the ability to regulate and verbalize emotions in a controlled and age-appropriate manner.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the need. And the objective, these are the steps we take to be able to get there. We want to see her gain knowledge of different emotions. We want to see her learn 2 ways to manage frustration in a positive manner. We want to see her demonstrate more frequent pro-social actions by learning empathy. We want to see her learn 5 to 10 coping skills to assist in emotional identification and regulation. And we want to see her to be able to utilize coping skills to manage emotions in all environments. So for all those goals right there, do you feel like those are good ones to have, or do you feel like there's anything you want to add?
I do.
Okay. Okay, and services we put in place, we got the case management for doing the CFT meetings. We got the therapy with Daniel, and that's what we got for her. And I did write down on our CFT note that you're still requesting the family therapy. I'll work with that. I'll staff it with Melissa too. And I mean, like I said last time, we do have somebody in house that can do it. I'm not too sure if that's going to be the best fit though.
Yeah.
Transparent. All right. Okay, and I think I might have brought this up with you a little while ago, but have you heard of the Big Brother Big Sister organization?
I did.
Okay, yeah, we actually referred her out for that a little while ago, and it sounds like she's getting paired up with a mentor pretty soon too.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
All right. Okay, for doctors or dentist appointments, would you know what you had last one, or is that something
no idea. I have no idea.
Okay. And national supports for Layla, who do you feel like those are right now for?
I have no idea. I mean, as far as I'm aware of, just mom.
All right.
Like I said, she had a friend that she basically turned away. Recently. Well, not recently. It happened a few months ago. But as far as I know, all of the people that I'm aware of that Layla would frequently contact and communicate with, they either have been ghosted by her and she hasn't responded, or she sent them a message telling them to leave her alone.
So just from your perspective, you're just other than her mom, you're not too sure if there's any other supportive people for her.
Yeah, no. Unless she made new friends since I've been away.
just for Layla's criteria for the safety, looks like we're done. So let's go ahead and chat about Red One for a little bit. Bill, how are the visits going with him?
Visits are great. Visits are great. I see him every Saturday. We hug, we kiss, we punch each other, we wrestle, we play video games, we play soccer, we build stuff. I bring him presents. Everything, is good. I mean, the only thing is different is it's not happening at home. There's this lady over watching us, so it's kind of awkward. But he is, he's pretty good. He does his thing. We play Roblox together. What else do we do? We try to get into a small discussion, but the facility has major rules on what you can and cannot talk about. And asking the kids about their day outside of that, that's about it.
All right. Did you guys go to the library?
Library?
Yeah, I know some libraries actually do like visitation rooms. I'm just kind of curious where you guys do that.
Oh no, we do it at this facility on Broadway, right off of the 101.
All right, cool. All right. Anything else that you feel is going pretty well for him, or any other strengths that you have for him?
I mean, he's getting big. His vocabulary and his speech is getting very, very solid. I like that. What else is going on? He's just getting more and more comfortable with himself. Yeah, he's just getting more and more comfortable with himself. That's all. It's the summertime, so they're kids. They enjoy everything. He misses his friends, but he has a really good friend that he hangs out with every now and then. So.
Yeah, I actually get to see Red One over at the office whenever they come over here for therapy. So Red One really is a nice kid.
Yeah.
He's very sociable. He's got a good personality still. If I'm going to throw some strengths out there for him, every time I've seen him, he's always been very polite and respectful. So I really do appreciate that.
Yeah. I have to agree.
Okay. Any other strengths that you have for him right now?
Not right now.
Okay.
Right now.
Yeah, I did send the invite out to both Daniel and Melissa. If they're free and they were able to make it, I usually want to make sure we send them the invite, but apparently they weren't able to get on. But yeah, I can at least say that therapy seems like it's pretty consistent for him.
Good. What about Layla? Is therapy consistent for her?
As far as I know, yeah.
Good.
Usually, when they have their therapy sessions, they usually do them like one after the other.
Okay, good.
Okay, for Red One, any concerns that you have for him right now?
Same concerns, just less. Like I said, he was using profanity. I was able.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to address that. He made me feel like he understood, and then we kind of went past that. Him picking up bad habits from his sister, and then his behavior sometimes with his mom when he's with her. One moment.
Oh, sure.
Oh, never mind. I thought. Yep. Alexa, turn off.
Oh, you got Alexa device too. You got one of those in the house.
I do. I set reminders and alarms and everything else with it. It's a lifesaver. I'm unmarried, so I got to have an Alexa.
Hey, Alexa.
So, oh no, he, sometimes he gets beside himself. He uses verbiage that I know for a fact he's getting from his mom, because he'll use them in Like, for instance, what did I say? Oh, he tried to tell me that if I don't do something that he wanted, he's gonna stop coming to the meetings. You know, and I had to address that on the spot. I was in a phone call with him, and he's like, "Hey, Dad, when you call, I don't want you to talk to Layla. I don't want you to talk about Layla. I'm not going to talk about Layla. I'm not going to answer any questions about how she's doing. And if you press the issue, right, I'm going to stop showing up for the meetings on Saturdays. I'm setting boundaries right now." And I was just like, damn, okay. No. And then I addressed it, like, you can't do that to me, right? I'm your father. You are her sister. That's your sister. That's my daughter. We're a family, you know. And it was just simple stuff like, how's Layla doing? Is she in the room? Can she hear me? Because, she still acts the way she does. And then that's when he popped off with that. You hear, but he's young, so he's impressionable. I hear Tasha in the background of the conversation telling him to tell me something, and then he'll tell me something negative, and then I'll have to address that. But I don't fault him for listening to mom. That's what I teach him, to listen to your parents. So I don't fault either one of the kids. But having him really problem solve for himself, to think about what's right and wrong or what's fair and what's not, would definitely be something that I would say I would want to address or work with him with.
All right, I like that right there. So let me just make sure I'm hearing that right. You want to see him be able to be able to address right and wrong when a situation happens? Is that safe to say?
Well, yeah, right and wrong and what's fair, because what's right is always to listen to your parents, right? But if you got one parent telling you that the other parent is a piece of crap, then you not listening to that is wrong, because that's your parent. But also understanding what's fair, right? Like, Dad doesn't deserve this. Yes, I'm listening to you, but he doesn't deserve this, or this person or whatever doesn't deserve this. That's not fair. So right and wrong and what's fair is also, they got to go hand in hand. Otherwise, it's not, it doesn't balance out.
Okay. No, I see what you're getting.
Because what's fair is anything that benefits you. But if it overly under benefits the another person, then that's just not right, So, those two things have to go hand in hand in order for it to be balanced.
Okay, I see what you're getting at. Besides, it almost sounds like, just from what you're saying, it's kind of like making the demand about, what he wants on this, or else I'm going to stop coming.
Right. Yeah, can't blackmail your daddy, man. I'm already a blackmail, That was a joke.
Yeah, I got that. All right. Okay. Anything else you have concerns about for him?
No, I really don't. I just miss my kids, and I'm doing everything I possibly can to get these little guys back. Yeah, that's really it, man.
All right. And I'll just jump on over to the service plan real quick and just review it with you. All right, so the need that we have is we want to see him display the ability to regulate and verbalize his emotions in a controlled and age-appropriate manner. So that's the overall goal. We need objective. We're just to get there. We want to see him gain knowledge of different emotions. We want to see him learn 2 ways to manage frustration in a positive manner. We want to see him demonstrate more frequent controlled social actions by learning empathy, learn 5 to 10 coping skills to assist in emotional identification and regulation. And we want to see him learn to be able to utilize their coping skills to manage emotions in all environments. And also recognize patterns of family conflict and discuss weekly in therapy.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. I would really like for him to discuss his feelings over the family dynamics in therapy. I think that is essential, and if that's addressed, then all the other things will merge together, because that's where his problems are stemming from, all of them.
Yeah, I understand. All right, so the services we have in place, we got case management, we got therapy, and we also had the living skills training on there. Those were those groups that he was doing on Monday. It's an online group where other kids show up and they just like kind of do some online games, talk about emotions, and do some other fun stuff in there. And he really liked those. Just kind of remember, I just want to go on like a little bit of a pause for the summer, and they're thinking about starting back up in those groups again when summer comes to an end and school starts up again.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. All right, so for doctors or dentist appointments, would you know when his last one was?
Nope, I don't know anything about that.
All right, never mind. All right, and for his national supports, I got yourself down as a national support. Anyone else you can think of as a good support for him?
Abdullah, his best friend Abdullah.
Adela?
Abdullah.
Hey, you mind spelling that for me?
Yeah, sure. Shit. Give me a second. I'm terrible with spelling.
Yeah. Excuse me. That's damn, I just haven't heard yet.
Yeah. Let's see if I have it here. Contacts. Oh, wow. Layla has 0. Okay. We're going to have to come back to that in a quick second.
All right. Anyway, just kind of a side note, I can finally put a face to Guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Guy. That's definitely his support. Yeah, I'll definitely make sure I mention that to him today. I'm going to talk to him. Yeah, that's good.
Now, overall, whenever I have seen Ron, everyone, and even Layla's usually pretty polite with me too. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
everyone's always nice, and I don't think I've really ever seen him upset too much.
Ron doesn't get upset. He gets frustrated, but he doesn't get upset.
Well, that makes perfect sense for me.
Say what now?
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
No, I don't see him get upset. He's usually, probably. I think he's always been in a good mood every time I see him. So that's good to see. And once again, I know I said this before, but he really is a nice kid.
He is. I really enjoy him. I'm blessed to have him. I really am. Because, oh my gosh.